Until the federal government steps in to save them, farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Empathy and compassion has limits, especially when you get exactly what you voted for.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVPs. So Nebraska farmers, after voting against their own self-interest, they turn around to actually beg for assistance. They were like, if the government can help them, if the society can help them, the only person that can help them is God. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share, like, and let's
go. Farmers in Arkansas, again, farmers around the United States are complaining that it's too expensive, that their farms are not going to survive, that their children and their children's children may not be able to take over the family business. Watch, and we'll talk about it.
5 or 30% of the farmers in this country, if they don't do something, it has to be done, and it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Farmers are making a cry for help before it's too late. Countless farmers gathered to speak to representatives of Arkansas leaders to share the urgency that something needs to be done about the current state of farming. Jake Tester was at the meeting and now joins us in the studio with more. Jake.
Many farmers spoke up at the meeting, and the message was straightforward. They need help, and they need it now.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you. Mr. Trump, I need to see the fruit of your love.
Farmers in crisis align way out the door of the Woods Chapel Baptist Church in Brooklyn as hundreds of farmers from not only northeast Arkansas, but from across the state came to voice their concerns about the current state of farming. Representatives from U.S. Congressman Rick Crawford, U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, and U.S. Senator John Boozman's offices were in attendance to hear those concerns. Among those farmers in attendance was a farmer in Woodruff County, Chris King. He told me this was his 39th harvest, and he has never seen it as bad as this.
And I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
For King, the main problem starts with the fact that they can't sell for profit.
I just would like to see somebody help us get our markets back. We need our exports, and we just need to be paid for what we do. And that's not happening. And we're in real trouble.
But that is not the only issue. King's wife, Melissa King, and farmer in Biggers, Arkansas, Scott Brown, said they are struggling to afford the cost that is needed just to take care of the farm.
The prices that we're getting now are prices like they were when we were children, and what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now. I mean, the price of a combine when we were kids was, in the 20,000s, and now it's 100,000.
I farm 800 acres by myself. I can't afford any help. I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. How's the guys farming 5 and 10,000 with 20 hands and $1 million combines and $1 million drills going to make it work?
But for Brown, there is something that rounds out all the issues that they are facing: the tariffs.
I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm. When you try to sell a product, okay, U.S. soybeans leaving New Orleans without the tariff to China are cheaper than Brazilian soybeans at the current market. But when you put the tariff on top of them, Brazilian beans are cheaper.
So how can this be fixed?
In the short term, they have no choice but to mail us a check. I don't know a farmer that likes the check program. Nobody wants to take taxpayer dollars. Nobody wants to go broke. Nobody wants to lose everything. Long term, we have to have options, markets, and places to sell our product.
So I wanted to stop there. Did you hear a Republican farmer in deep red Arkansas just tell you what a tariff does to American businesses, to American farms, to American livelihood. Now, I'm not saying, I'm independent, you guys won't believe us. You won't believe the Democrats, but we'll believe the people that voted the same way that you did, and that still believe in the president that you believe in, but are disappointed in what he's doing. And again, they're willing to take a handout from the taxpayer in what he's doing. And again, they're willing to take a handout from the taxpayers, but they won't give handouts to those in need. Listen to that. So farmers in
I read an article yesterday about how farmers in Arkansas are organizing to beg the Trump administration for federal financial aid because they are being economically devastated by Trump's policies, most specifically the tariffs. And you know, it's hard for me to cultivate empathy and compassion in this situation. I think the knee-jerk response is, you get what you vote for. You know, you're okay with hurting other people, but you're not okay when it's you. Fuck around and find out. All those sorts of things. And, you know, it's not that those sentiments are invalid. I mean, here you have a group of people who overwhelmingly shake their fist at socialist policies, Marxist policies, which of course they don't know what those are, while at the same time they've got their hand out. They are furious at black and brown people living off government welfare. But here, you know, they expect it, which is the epitome of white supremacist, white privilege, you know, resenting other people for needing what you think you're entitled to. But I think, you know, I have got to try to move beyond those sorts of resentful sentiments because I'm a Christian. And Jesus, the gospel says that when Jesus saw the crowds, he had compassion and pity for them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. Sheep are stupid animals that are pretty much incapable of thinking for themselves. They need somebody watching out for them. Trump has preyed upon the stupidity and the ignorance and the racism of people like these farmers in Arkansas. And it doesn't excuse their ignorance. It certainly doesn't excuse their racism. There should be consequences. But at the same time, these people have been exploited and manipulated, and now they are hurting. And I feel like there's got to be still room for compassion and empathy, even though it certainly does not come natural to me.
Yo, in today's episode of As the White Hood Turns. So we've all heard that the job numbers came in, right? And only 22,000 jobs were added. And we all know Syphilitic Sid has said that maybe there won't be any numbers for at least 2, maybe 3 years until we can, you know, get the numbers right. Whatever that means. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Did y'all see them farmers in Arkansas who are now begging Syphilitic Sid to help them? They are asking for a bailout. And I don't understand if they don't understand that a bailout is basically welfare for farmers. Now, mind you, I got no issues with farmers, right? Because without them, we wouldn't have, you know, cabbages, broccoli, whatever, you know, vegetables, right? Right, you know, green beans, vegetables, you know, tomatoes, whatever. But the fact that these people all voted overwhelmingly for Syphilitic Sid. Now they're asking him to bail them out. And you know what he said? We're going to have to see how it goes. Because, you know, there are more important issues. Like that $200 million ballroom. And that plane, apparently, that they still are trying to figure out what to do with that and how to renovate it, you know. So one man even said that his farm has been in his family for 3 generations. And he will not be able to leave his farm to his kids. Because if they don't get help, and soon, they're not going to have a farm. I want to feel bad. I promise you I do. And I do. But damn it, this is what you voted for. So I kind of got to be like, yay, for you. Maybe not for your kids who ain't going to inherit no farm. But you know, there's plenty of kids ain't inheriting nothing. That was uncalled for. But you know what I'm saying. Okay, bye.
The cognitive dissonance in this group of people is absolutely astounding and dumbfounding. You can't help what's happening to you? Are you freaking kidding me? You are the reason that what's happening to you is happening to you because you voted for it and you thought that it wasn't going to affect you. You're okay thinking that it was going to affect black folks and brown folks and gay folks and trans folks. But you, there's no way in the world it was going to affect the farmers in Arkansas. Now, in all truthfulness, most likely all of them did not vote for Donald Trump. But I would be willing to bet the farm, no pun intended, that the majority of them voted for Donald Trump. And what's so baffling about this is that these very same people would say and have said that Donald Trump is ordained of God to be the president at this moment in time in history. Yet his policies are destroying farms all over this country. And now you are turning back to God to pray for salvation from the one you claimed was sent from God. If somebody don't come on here and make this make sense, because I am blah, 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 blah. So now all of a sudden far right conservative MAGA Republicans believe in socialism. You're praying that the government will bail you out. You need some welfare. Can we call y'all welfare queens the way that you try to label minorities as such? I said it before and I'll say it again. This moment in time is going to go down in history as one of the biggest political dupings that this country and maybe the world has ever seen. He really had these middle class folks, and in so many cases, poor folks, thinking that he cared about them. Just imagine that when every bit of evidence in black and white on the internet, this man didn't even lie to them. Every bit of evidence pointed to the opposite, but they still believe that somehow they were going to be spared from the madness and narcissism that is Donald Trump. And the biggest kicker of all, I would bet everything I own that if they were asked if they would vote for Donald Trump again, I guarantee you that they would say yes, because so many of them already are destitute and still saying the very same things. And when the devastation of Trump's policies sweeps through rural America, because if you've been watching the news, it's coming. Housing, grocery prices, jobs, all of it is about to wipe them out. I wonder if they will finally open their eyes and see the truth that has been staring at them all this time. They thought the leopards weren't going to eat their face, and now they are sitting there praying to God, devoured, and don't know what to say. Have the day you voted for, and please don't make me say it no more.
Thoughts and tariffs. Arkansas farmers who are begging the federal government to save them. Thoughts and tariffs. Aw, you just wanted a little bit of racism and you went bankrupt. Aw. China remains absent from U.S. soybean market as soybeans begin harvest. Soybean farmers are under extreme financial stress. Prices continue to drop. And at the same time, our farmers are paying significantly more for inputs and equipment. Oh, I'm sorry. Thoughts and tariffs. Once again, U.S. soybean farmers cannot survive a prolonged trade dispute with our largest customer. China bought 54% of U.S. soybean exports in the 2023-2024 marketing year under one Joseph Robinette Biden. Farm bankruptcies in the first quarter surpassed all of 2024. Woo! America, you would think you learned from the first time he was president, but no. You just wanted a little bit of racism. You just wanted a little bit of racism and you went bankrupt. Aw, I'm gonna laugh when China buys your foreclosed farm for pennies on the dollar. I am going to be just enjoying that. You played yourself and you're going to continue to play yourself. You thought the guy who bankrupted 6 companies was going to help you. Oh, you thought this was left versus right. Yeah, it wasn't top versus bottom. You played yourself. We tried to warn you. We tried. So if you're saying I'm being heartless on this, I'm being heartless. We tried to tell you that 1 + 1 = 2. And you continue to argue that simple math. You tried to say 1 + 1 = 36. And then the next day, 1 + 1 = 93. Na boo boo. Ha ha. And you play yourself. Because you refuse reality.
Seriously, Lovelace, I do not even know the phrase to use for these farmers. Should I use thought and prayers or thought and tariff? Or these Nebraska people have they have always been the farmers coming out on a social platform, crying, begging, talking about how they are going bankrupt. But the thing is that you are complaining and you are crying and you are looking upon the society, the government, and what have you to come help you. Meanwhile, this is exactly what you wanted. This is exactly what you have prayed for. This is exactly what you have always hoped for. I don't understand how you keep on begging and crying and hoping and praying to God for something you have ever wished for. Then, when God finally decided to bless you with what you have been asking for years, you turn around to complain to God and tell God that which you have blessed me with, I don't need it anymore. Like, how is it even possible? These people overwhelmingly voted for this. They voted for everything that is happening to them right now. I'm so shocked that they are out here complaining, crying, begging for assistance. Like, is this not hypocrisy? Why are you crying and begging for if what you did, you actually did it with your full chest? Like, I can't just even, you know, place this because, first of all, you had everything going well for you. Everything was so well, peaceful, organized. You had your workers at your back and call. You have people that you can turn to, people that runs your family business or runs your business for you. Everything was going so well. Then you had an opportunity to actually keep everything going well for you.
but you decided that you are going to jump into an opportunity that is going to destroy everything that you have worked hard for years. Like, you can't just place this. I can't make this up. Like, this is, how can you be all good? Your business is going well. Like, do you know that in life you have to really choose yourself first? Yourself really need to come first before anything. But so many of these people decided to choose racism first. They choose racism first before themselves. And this is what happened. This is exactly what happens anytime you decided to choose Ray and cis before yourself. A layman, even an educated person, even someone that is wise, a business mogul, or anyone that is involved in business or generational what have you, put his or her business, livelihood, herself or himself first before anything. Some people can ignore so many things. You can ignore your reances in order for you to build something for yourself. But this time around, you decided to ignore yourself, ignore your family business, but you chose reances. And now this is where your reances has brought you, and you are crying for help. You are crying for help. Like, maybe you thought that people that looks like me was going to come running to you to take over these jobs from the people who were helping you run this job. People keep asking, oh, black farmers are not even complaining. No, black people, they have ways to do their thing. They have ways to always overcome any kind of obstacle. Like, that people have always they've always been treated the way at which they've been treated. So they already have um they have ways to run their things. That is why they say, oh, I'm not seeing any black person coming out to or any black farmer coming out to complain. They have already see there's a way at which you'll be so humiliated that humiliation will not just become the order of the day. It will just become something that is so normal to you that you have to look for ways to overcome it. That is exactly what is happening. And now you guys are crying and helping and begging and doing this. Oh my goodness. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here for educational and informative purposes. So please like this video, share, leave a thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next
your
one.
own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not, support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe, leave a thought, and I will see you lovers when I upload the next one.